three great institutions in three different contexts can get together, join efforts, and come up with one of the most attractive programs for a specific population. So this program is also leaning and exploring and doing very serious things about how to combine learning in presence, learning virtually, learning collectively.
It's an ambitious program in many ways. It's a grand program. It's a program that builds on the past in magnificent ways and experience, but actually looks to the future and how we create individuals and groups and organizations that embrace this possibility and are willing to grow in an even more dynamic environment in the next 5 and 10 years. And to me, that's why we came together with two wonderful institutions, Getulio Vargas and Esade, to create a program that has these, I admit, lofty goals, but also with the determination to reach these very lofty goals and be unique like almost no other program in the world. I think there are three forces which are actually changing the very nature of international business, and therefore I believe should change the nature of education. One, we don't need to be even awake to acknowledge the incredible shifts in power, in economics, in demographics across the world in the last 5 to 10 years. Incredible. The second point is there's greater homogeneity, there's commonality, and yet there's much bigger heterogeneity across countries, and both exist at the same time. You can talk about downstream versus upstream activities, you can talk about different kinds of countries, but this is a huge challenge. How do we manage commonalities that are existing in certain markets? And the third thing is the interconnectedness of our economies, for better or for worse.
This is the first time in Brazil that we have a triple degree program, a degree program. So I think our challenge in this program is exactly to create the context, the right context for executives to learn that globalization is first, it's an ongoing process. It's complex, is uncertain.
One of the innovative parts in this program, it's really a Brazilian-centric program, and again in the context of the current economic situation, where Brazil is not only a good performing country, a wonderful place to do business with fantastic companies, both domestic but also international and foreign operating in the country. One of the first issues, we challenge ourselves to move out of our comfort zones, and so our participants, independently of where they come from, they have to travel, they have to move around the world and experience what is that like. When we deal with the complexities of doing business globally, it's not only about the business and the environment and the strategy and the company, it's about individuals and themselves and how they can tolerate, how to deal with diversity, with differences in culture, in context, in laws, etc., in a number of different features. And that is why a very important part of this program is also spent on coaching.
Brazil, since the restoration of democracy, in around 1984, has taken out of poverty millions of people. Together with China and India, is one of the greatest social experiences of the 20th and 21st century. Nowadays, Brazil, for the first time in its history, is a middle-class country. That is the face of our people, and that people are your customers. Those are the people that we look for this program.
Lo que pasa es que Brasil tiene unas características quizá que no la tienen muchos países, sino muy pocos. Uno es la seguridad jurídica. En segundo lugar, yo les diría que tiene un gran mercado. Y luego hay un tema cultural, Creo que para un español, y como directivos, nosotros que hemos estado allí, te digo, es mucho más fácil, el brasileño es mucho más allegado para poder estar establecidos en Brasil y poder hacer negocios en Brasil.
Doing a master program will help you to network. That word didn't exist at that time. Nowadays it's very popular. Networking is most important. If you are young and you have 20, 25, 30 whatsoever, I only can invite you to do this as well. And to be international, to become international, to live this experience, And definitely then you are learning something for you, but possibly it's most important nowadays you can give something back to the society. And the third thing which is most important is the international exposure. I do not hire any managers at low level, mid-level, high level without experience outside of the country we're living and working. No way. Because that's the other master I mentioned to you. If somebody is prepared to go to a different country, and I can tell you, or we can tell you, it's not that easy to live in different countries, but it is enriching. And if somebody actually has prepared itself as a program to go there, normally with kids and families, that's something beautiful. There is no program nowadays which can tell you what is going on today or tomorrow. Or someone of you can tell me how the risk, the prima de riesgo will be today. Nobody knows, but we'll have to live with it. So to be capable to adapt yourself and your skills to the different changes in the world, day by day, the jeitinho brasileiro, this is something which is very useful to all of us. So I believe it is not just only that the Brazilians have to learn, I believe you can export a lot of your experience to the world as well. I believe a master as well has this target, not just only to make better business women or better businessmen, also to make better persons. Thank you very much.